Families were shy of allowing their daughters to be exposed in social media. A lot of people abroad were surprised to learn we don't necessarily cover our faces, we don't have to wear abaya when we're traveling.
So much of our perception of what women from the Middle Eastern countries look like is shaped by movies. I, for one, can remember this scene from Sex and the City 2 where Carrie Bradshaw and her friends meet these burqa-clad women. But what lies under the burqa is not merely lipstick. I think it's easier now with all the bloggers, vloggers, YouTubers for us to imagine what these women look like. Fashion blogger Aljazi Alrakan, whose voice you just heard, still refrains from putting her pictures online. She told me fashion blogging for her began as merely a hobby, something she did in her spare time.
My name is Aljazi Alrakan. I am a Saudi dentist by degree. I joined the workforce in 2005 by working as a dentist in the private sector. I started off working 48 hours a week. Then I realized I didn't have a social life, so I eventually cut that down to 28 hours a week. And that gave me the opportunity to pursue some of my hobbies and interests, such as my interest in fashion world. In 2012, with the shift of the entire world to smartphones and the popularity of social media, I opened my Instagram account under the nickname Jezebel. And to be quite honest, my main objective was to share with friends and acquaintances around the world the day-to-day lifestyle of an average Saudi woman. And somehow from there it picked up popularity and it became almost a blog, and then the actual blog came on.
We perhaps wouldn't even think twice before taking a selfie and putting it up on all our social platforms. But for women like Aljazi, putting themselves on the digital space meant dealing with years and years of restrictions.
The reaction to the content that I shared on my Instagram appalled me. For instance, a lot of people abroad were surprised to learn that such modernization and advancement exists in Saudi, and a lot of people were surprised to learn that wearing an abaya is an optional thing. It's not a mandatory thing, or there is no law that forces us to do it. It depends mainly on your views, and we don't necessarily cover our faces. We don't have to wear abaya when we're traveling.
I'm sure many of us didn't know that. What I also didn't know is that women in the fashion industry all around the world are now reclaiming the hijab, the burqa, the abaya in what is called the modest fashion movement. And all this has been possible because of social media.
Families were shy of allowing their daughters to be exposed in social media or in the media in general if they wanted to ensure them a prosperous future in marriage. And that perception gradually changed, I'd say drastically, in the last 5 years. Think or hope that I played a major role in it, because I do think that I encouraged many more women from my part in the society to share their life, to share their true identity.
But as we all know, social media is dark and full of trolls. And Aljazi had to grapple with comments like, "You're spoiling your family name," "You are not Muslim enough," "What you're doing is completely un-Islamic," and so on.
I proved a point. I represented myself and my part of Saudi society with dignity and respect. I carried my family name in the most honorable and respectable manner possible, and there is no shame at all in showing who you really are. And at the same time, it does not make you less Muslim.
Aljazi's spirit is commendable. And women like Aljazi have definitely played a huge role in changing perceptions about women and fashion in Saudi Arabia. In April 2018, for instance, Saudi Arabia held its first Arab Fashion Week. Now the country is all set to lift the driving ban on women. This is what Aljazi has to say about that.
I don't think that the lift on the ban of driving is going to have a different or much impact on our social attitude, because we've always adapted around it. We've always managed to live our life, and it never decapitated us.
There you have it, guys. That was Aljazi Alrakan, dentist turned fashion blogger, chatting about the changing face of women's fashion in Saudi Arabia.